fortunately, it meant that I got my engine light switched on. And when the engine light switches on, it means phone up the garage and book it in for a checkup. So that's what I'm going to have to do. And it's a bit of a pain really. So let's just sit quietly. So we'll feel the ground under the feet. So we've started a bit late, and we're also going to maybe finish a tad early, just because we've got a lot of chairs to move and windows to shut. Yeah, and that will be exercise. So just yeah. Just sit there. That's fine. And you can join in from that. You don't need to stand up apart from when you go home. So that's fine. So we're taking it very easy today. It's boiling hot. We want to conserve our energy and we want to keep cool. So we've got all the doors open apart from the front door because it kept blowing the paper off the desk. So we had to shut that. We've got windows open. We've got the fans going. What we're doing is just breathing in, breathing out. So just notice the breath as it goes into the body and breathe out. Do some small movements. We'll focus on health today. Breathing out. So feel the ground under the feet. Check that your posture is just so sitting bones down. Floating up through the crown of the head. Noticing the breath as it comes in, noticing the breath as it comes out. I'm not trying to do anything in particular, just sitting there, breathing. Really nice. So I haven't got my dingy bells, so just do it for a bit more. And then just rub the hands together. We'll do a bit of brushing. Rub the hands together, and we're just very gently brushing the face, very slowly, like giving your face a nice wash. Washing, and what you can do with your hands, like claw shapes, you can just do that. This one's from Eva, the hair. Oh. And then just very gently, yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Just very gently rub the back of the neck, and then just rest your hands. Just check, have a little bit of a wiggle. So, like my friend Carla in Lincolnshire, she's got these little kittens. Well, they're not so little now. They're actually quite big now, these kittens, because they're Maine Coon cats, which are very, very big. Oh, they're absolutely gorgeous. She puts them up live on the internet. So every now and then they'll be showing them what the kittens are doing, and they're jumping up on things and spinning around things and climbing up things, and oh, it's wonderful. But they like wiggling around a lot. When they before they go to sleep, when they get tired, they'll just go, and they'll go like that, and then they'll sleep for a bit, and then they'll wake up again. Before they wake up, they'll sort of stretch and get themselves just so, and then off they'll shoot again, and it will happen again. So this is a bit like, or you're a cat, you're just moving. So your body, what you're doing is you're reducing the amount of interference through the muscles and the joints. So that's what Master Chen says, about reducing the interference of the body. So by being calm and relaxed, so every now and then come back to the breath. If the breath is something difficult, you can focus on something like the contact with the ground. You can focus on your spinal alignment. You can focus on sounds you can hear. So it doesn't just have to be on the breath. It's whatever works for you. So that's nice. And then we're just going to wiggle the toes. So we're wiggling the toes. And then draw the toes in, stretch the toes out. The toes in, stretch the toes out. Out. So just make sure, do a tiny warm up, and then just raise the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Raise the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then for fun, 1 toe, 1 heel. 3. We'll come back to the brushing in a sec. It's just more, we're waking up the feet first, so we can really ground, feeling the ground under the feet. That's it. And then just shake the foot. Shake the other foot. Do that. Okay. That's it. Right. So we did the neck, and then what we do now, we're a little bit more. We've checked our spine, we've checked our feet. Oh, and this one I did about eversion and inversion, or whatever it's called, when you go like that. That one's from Eva, Eva Scuba. So you're putting, you're just waking up. Yeah, let's just do a little bit more on the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2. Yeah, the cleaner lady was here. She's really good. She is. She does a great job. And the other way. Yeah, because I normally go outside and relax in the garden for a bit before I come in, but it was so hot I had to just come straight in. It was just too hot. Just do that. Just tune into tuning into the body, and then we'll carry on with the brushing in a minute. And we just lean back. And we're just feeling that hip joint open. So just let it rest on the floor, and we're just opening and closing it. There we go. Oh, that's much nice. Isn't that lovely? Marvelous. And then we try that the other side. Oh, nice. Oh, that's it. This is one of the most lazy, very nice hip exercises going. So like that. And then we just go like this with that. So just feeling those hips move. And out and in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Right, let's carry on with our rushing down the arm, just like this. Stroking the belly down. I like all the animals. I like cats, I like dogs, I like rabbits, I like alpacas, everything. Rabbits, guinea pigs, the whole lot. I just think they're brilliant. Oh, I like them. No, I met my friend. She pet rats. Yeah, it's them big, scary looking ones. I'm quite good. But the bit that and then what was the other one? Oh yes, my nieces they had for their last birthday, they had the animal bloke came round and he had chinchillas and he brought a skunk and he brought these ginormous snakes. Yeah, this great big snake and they covered them all. It was very nice. Chinchillas. Oh, they're sweet. Oh, they're lovely, but they really, I think I prefer them in the desert personally because they're desert animals, really. So they like a lot of sand. They like the sand. But I saw them in Willer's Mill actually, the chinchillas. Yeah, and then rubbed the lower back. But in Ely, they have an animals, they do a service with all the animals in, and I'd love to have a Tai Chi class with all the different pets in it. But they're just rushing down. Oh, that's nice. So just, yeah, if you can't reach down, you can lift the leg up if that helps, whatever works. They're just brushing. It's getting rid of any sort of negative energy and just tuning into the body as well. It's very good for that. We do the other side. So one of the people that come to my who came to Kingfisher's Bridge last year, she wants us to do something after from June onwards rather than May. And I said, well, that's good because that gives us longer to advertise and also trying to work out when Nikki's this amazing sound healer lady and she has this giant gong that she bangs and it just sounds nice. It sounds lovely, and you can just lie there, and it's called a sound bath, and she has all these different percussion instruments that will make lovely noises. So it's very good. So she'll do yeah, it'll be a very nice, very nurturing day, and we'll also be nurtured by nice food. Hopefully they need to sort out their gluten-free stuff though, so I tend to have to bring all my own things, but everyone else can. it's what it is. So let's just very small movement. So you can do this one, but small. Just for we did a big version of it earlier in the day, but we're doing small versions. And we'll look at some simple Qigong exercises, but we're just making sure. So you can do very tiny movements, and that's still good for you. Yeah, so because it went down about 4 or 5 potholes on the way back between Sheffield and London, and then on the way up there, it went through about 3 or 4 potholes. And then there was another pothole between where I was coming from and on the way to Reach this morning. And that was another pothole, and I couldn't avoid it because it was enormous. Yeah. And I got and I'm like, oh. So hopefully they'll be able to knit my car back together. And then go on the other. Sorry? Did you get a puncture? No, I did get one of the tyres I had to re-inflate a bit, yeah, but it wasn't punctured. It was fine. I know I took it to the tyre blokes near where I live, the really good ones, and they said the tyres were fine. Yeah. Now that was the first thing I checked. Okay. Very gentle. We'll just do this one. And then put your hands on your chest, and we're just going to do tiny ones. So normally we do big ones, but we're doing small ones today. If you want to go a bit bigger, if you feel like you want to go a bit bigger, that's quite nice. Feel free, but I'm just demonstrating small movements. And the other direction, very good. So in the hot weather, it can make the joints a bit sticky. So it's nice to just be very kind to your joint. And then what we'll do, we'll just rub the shoulder. Give that a nice, like you give it a little rub the elbow. It's just be kind to yourself. It's quite, because elbows don't, you forget that, and they're just there, aren't they, until you hit them, yeah. Or bang, I was banging in at the doorway, because I get a bit, especially when it gets hot. Yeah. Because I used to be very clumsy as a kid, and then because I did loads of martial arts, it's like, but even when I get tired and I get hot, it kind of comes back a bit. And I do the other shoulder, just get that lovely rub. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? So the theme today is coolness and kindness. Being kind to our bodies. There we go. Just rub the hips. Then rub the knees. So just do each knee separately. Just rub the knees. Just rub the knee. Oh, that's nice. Both knees. And then just rub your ankles. If you can reach, rub your ankle. Marvelous. Yeah, she's coming on Zoom at some point. I hope it's coming on Zoom. Did I just check in? Huh. I did send her that. I'll just check that she got the I did send her the. I'm sure I sent her the link. Yeah, I sent her the link at 10 to. Yeah. She's probably a bit late or didn't manage to get on or something. She answered the link. But she might be a bit tired because she was in Wales at a training weekend. But in the end, I couldn't get to because I was. Oh. She got very hot walking home. That's fine. Just come when you can. You can. We're taking it easy, and keeping cool. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Yeah, she can't because Christine's away on doing something. It means Amy will be there on Zoom at some point. So that's good. So let's just look at we'll do this one. I'll just show people watching at home. So you breathe in, this comes up like that. Oh, should we get that? Breathe out. Breathe in. Oh, it's like being back at school. Really, for an ice cream. I'd love an ice cream, but no, not in Chai Chi ice cream. There isn't really anything I can eat in there. I have to get dairy-free things. Breathe out. Breathe in. Okay. Last bit. Oh yeah, that's fine. If you want to do a standing up, yeah, go for it. Yeah. So we'll do these sitting down and then we'll do them standing up, just so you've got the options. So the first option is like this, and you just sit down and breathe in and out for a bit. Right. Okay, option 2. Let's just go to the first third of the chair, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3. We come up. So if you want to do it standing up, you can also do it standing up. I'll just show you that standing up. So we're just looking at fundamentals today. So fundamentals of posture today. So I'll just show you that from the diagonal view again. So you breathe in. You breathe out, you sink your hips, you extend through the fingers. You breathe in. You breathe out. So yeah, she went out earlier to buy some stuff from the shops because she's been away. She needed some food. But she wasn't expecting it to take that long because it was very hot. So I said, well, just come when you can. and it's all fine. So she's probably only going to make the last 10 minutes. It's fine. Breathe in. Breathe out. So the standing exercises are really good for getting your alignment spot on. So we're just floating up. So float up through the crown of the head. The chin is tucked in. So you release. If I just lift that up, you release round here. That's tucked in, and then you sink your hips. So I'm in the first third of the foot, and then I sink my hips and lengthen through the crown, and then the rest hangs down. So the chin's slightly tucked in, and then this nice, like what a toddler would stand like. They sort of stand like this. It's upright, but with a spring in the knees. So the knees are slightly bent and soft, and you're sinking the hips. Let's just do that. Breathe in. Breathe out, extend the fingers. Or stretch the arm. Release the stretch, breathe in. Breathe out. No, nobody wanted ice cream. I think they should have waited a bit longer.
That's the trouble.
Yeah, because the people that live around here probably don't shoot out of houses. I shouldn't
Then it
think
was
so.
flats. Yeah, that's right. Those are on the top floor.
Yeah, you got to get down the stairs. Oh, the ice cream van's got. Oh,
People had a bit later, which is lovely. Or at the time that you know that they're coming. Yeah, yeah. You don't have for that.
are there any places that have got lots of youngsters?
And grandchildren. Fantastic, mostly bungalows. It's nice to go there, well, yeah.
Because there's a lot. There's school. There's a Burwell School.
Yeah.
And is there any other school? There's Soham, I guess. There must be one
Bottisham.
in Bottisham. Yeah.
You see most around here, or they retirees and bungalows. Or the around here, it's a lot of retired people. Yeah, yeah. And you never see children out, very much the older generation.
And then if you want, you can raise your arms up a little bit. And then it's like they're round in a circle. It's like holding the ball against the chest. We're just doing some of the basic standing exercises. Breathing in and out. So yeah, I'm taking my car in. Well, I've got to empty it tonight. Then I'm going to drop it off near the garage. Hopefully, find somewhere to park. And then just leave the key. You put the key in the envelope with a note in as to what's wrong with it, and then they go and sort it out. They're very good, actually. Oh, they're excellent. And then if you just, now if that's too much, you can just have your arms all the way down if you want to just do that. So you can do it that way, or you can leave your arms up as you transfer the weight from side to side. So this is a much faster version of the exercise. It usually goes on a lot longer than this. But we're learning, so we don't need to. Yeah, we did the new health set this morning, didn't we? Yeah, it's lovely. Okay, we can maybe do the first bit of that here, just so we've got it. Especially because I practiced it and I remembered it. So yeah. And then what you do is you turn. transfer and turn. This is called the bear. So you're turning your whole of your. So there's no twisting, it's just the turn. You're just turning, keeping the arms in front. And then come back to the middle. So that one's called the bear. And then this one comes down like that. And you have the elbows forward and then lengthen through the spine. So check your posture again. Breathing in and out. I think it's a bit cooler tomorrow, it said on the weather, when I checked the weather report. And then you go like that, and that's the other one. So you imagine you've got a muddy hill either side of your hands, and you're pressing your fingers into the mud. I've got no idea, it's just what my teacher said. And you just feel. And as you pull up, it's like your fingers are stuck in the mud, it's like it's pulling on your fingers. Yeah, exactly like that. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I was thinking it more like it's a potter's wheel with clay either side. I'd rather do that than clay either side than muddy. Breathing in. And then gather round, and we're just going to do rooting down. Turn the palms over. Now sink the hips as you breathe out, and then the hands follow the breath. And the hips come up, breath, breathe in, hands follow. Hips, breath, or breath, then the hips, then the hands. Breath, hips, and hands. So breathe in, hips come up, hands follow. Breathe out, hips come down, hands follow. So we're doing more of a meditative thing. So Nikki, the sound healer, she drove Amy up to Wales for this big meeting, and it was a really nice. I was going to go, so it was like movement, sort of healing music. Yeah, I couldn't go. But actually, I'm very glad, especially because that orange light went on. I don't think my carpenter coat going all the way to Wales and back on an orange light. That would have been asking for it. So. Now let's do one more. So it's just this very gentle, unhurried, and we're not moving very far or fast. Just keeping it all very relaxed. Just check your posture again. Oh. Yeah, do we need a water break? I think we do. Let's have some water, and then we'll carry on with a few more gentle things. So we had a shorter warm up because we were already too warm. So we didn't really need to do a big warm up. It was just getting the main joints a bit mobile. Any questions so far? Just feeling that it's about one thing I noticed because I've seen Master Chen in months. Really excited. I actually managed to find some money from somewhere, and I sent them a nice big deposit, so I've got less to pay off on the day, which is brilliant. And I'm spending 4 whole days with them, and it's I've got I can't remember. I think I'm doing review of the old frame and the new frame form, both of which I'm a bit ropey on, and then he's doing some sort of health thing, and then silk reeling. The silk reeling, he's doing that as well. But one thing that I've particularly struck when he moves, it's so calm and quiet. He's got this real sense of serenity and calmness and quietness in. And that's something we can cultivate as well. So when we're doing, I'll just relax. When we're doing this one, I'll show it from the diagonal view. The viewers at home, you're just being very unhurried, and actually, that's quite challenging, especially as our natural setup is to get everything done a week ago.
Yeah.
You know, and oh, we must hurry, got to get there, we've got to get there. So Amy's having to rush back from the shops, which is very silly, especially in the heat. So if you're hot, you want to go nice and slowly, and you want to think and get this sense of stillness. It was like in Wales, where I'm going to be going there later on. I need to work out when I'm having a retreat. It'll probably be sometime in August or something when everyone's away on holiday. I'm going to spend about a week in Wales because there's waterfalls, and there's trees, and there's birds singing, and there's a very nice cat that likes colours. And yeah, she's always wanted colours, and that's very good. You can pick her up, she doesn't mind at all. She just flops around and purrs up. Oh, it's just terrible, you know, really awful. And it's just, but in a place like that, there's this real sense of quietness and stillness. Even though there might be, you know, every now and then the birds might be fighting or something, but there's this sense of solidity and calmness. So that's what we're doing. So we'll try this one again. So we probably won't do too many movements. So we're just and using the breath as an anchor. Just watch, and then so just get as calm as possible, and we'll try that together when you're ready. But we're not having it today. So I'll start off, and when you feel like you want to join in, then join in. Otherwise, you know, you sit there serenely. Yeah, you just want to, yeah, just jump, yeah. But this is like a very chilled out Zen hopscotch, you know. So I'm just taking my time to check that everything is set up right. And cats do that instinctively. So before they move, they have a little MOT, they test everything. And they go, right, how's that? And they do it. But they're so used to doing it because they've been doing it since they were tiny little kittens. You see kittens do it before they rush off and fall off things.
I think it's in the film television.
Yeah.
But there's a cat there and you see him in his room.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
it's
And they
like
do all this and they just move and they and the claws come out and it's really not right. So do a little test.
I can go out there.
Test everything first. Test that your feet and have a feet, and then you just move through the body.
I think that's it. Sometimes when you get up, you should just get up.
You're in a rush, yeah. Whereas if you take time and go, right, is everything working? Hang on a minute. Oh, was my leg, is my foot still on? You know, things like that. And yeah, everything's there. Well, that's all right. Now I can go. And then you're not in a tearing. You've actually started the day not being in a tearing hurry. And I think there's something there'd be a lot less road rage, you know, if people. So I'm trying to do road peace. Is what I'm trying to do when I'm in the car. I'm practicing road peace.
I wish you could smile.
Yeah, just smile away. Just smile. Take your time. It's all very good. It's much nicer to be road. Or what would you call it? Road kindness or road thoughtfulness is what you want. You don't want road rage. We know how to do that. We're very good at it. It's our natural instinct.
Yeah.
So we don't need to practice that.
That just goes
or road zen or something. I don't know. I'll think of the name for it. But I've been, especially when it's boiling hot and everyone's in a hurry. So what you want to do is you want to slow down. That's it. It's all like you've got lots of space, you've got lots of time. Because what happens in London, I needed to turn left, and then one car stopped. And then the other car stopped in the other direction and I was allowed to turn left and we all waved at each other. And I'm like, brilliant, it's starting to work. This road piece It's marvellous. So just drive very peacefully, being, it's not the opposite of a hurry, I don't know what.
I think France is where it's slow down. Oh,
Slow down
they drive on them one.
and there we go. So we're just breathing in and then sink the hips. So that's much better, isn't it? And then you're not in a tearing hurry, and it feels like you're achieving something. It feels really good, and then we just relax. Yeah, that's fine. You've got your balance aids, right? So have a bit of a wiggle. So this is the shaking, bouncing, and wobbling. So wobbling is another one. The Ever likes, she likes wobble, bounce, and shake. And then she talks about being agile and nimble.
Yeah,
With nimble as well as soft, smooth, and slow. So she's got soft, smooth, and slow, bounce, shake, agile, nimble, and something else. I'll phone her up and ask her. I keep forgetting the words. But she says these words. The agile and nimble like a cat. So you can be soft and relaxed, but you can also and just it's nice way of like basically it's moved like a cat from the Tai Chi classics and also from the Dao De Jing. Or at least the English translation. I mean, the problem is if you're translating from the Mandarin, it was written like thousands of years ago, number one. So it's a bit like trying to translate Chaucer or something, or Shakespeare. You know, the English was different back then, and also the cultural contexts are different. So you're only getting an idea and an essence of what's going on. It might not even be correct, but move like a cat seems to be. I mean, cats probably haven't changed that much in a few thousand
They've got more
years.
sense than us.
Yeah, and this real sense of connectivity and calmness in the sense of peace. So if we do this one, so the movement from the I'll just check that we got. Is that not right?
That's right.
Is that right? Oh, brilliant. What's
I'm 3 minutes slow.
what are you? What do you? 42. So it's 45. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's near enough, isn't it?
That's pretty good. Normally that clock's completely wrong. I don't know what the time is. So
That's just they're going to change it.
yeah. So you're just feeling the open and the close. And we'll try them with the leg forward as well, so we can just practice a bit of weight shifting. Weight shifting is brilliant for improving balance. Actually, it's not balance we're improving our stability. Getting nice and stable through the feet. Then you don't need to balance because you're stable. So it's like, but at least that's Mike's theory. I just like this. So it's like a very, very gentle, just feeling it, opening it, almost like it's moving itself. Breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. And then standing in the water. Wow. Yeah, they went for they weren't quite deep enough to swim in, but they stood on because the waterfalls, there's this beautiful, and it's very clear, it's water that's safe to be in because it's all got all the oxygen and stuff.
I mean, I noticed that the rivers are dirty.
Yeah.
Whereas at home, our
Clear.
is clear. Yeah,
There are some places in Cambridgeshire that are very clear. But this place up in Wales, because it was up around, it was up a big hill and there were waterfalls. It's very, very safe, very nice.
That's it, because rivers don't really flow, do they? It's sort of more.
Well, it's because we're further down, you see. When one's higher up, it's better.
And there's no hills, nothing. It's very flat. Yeah.
I mean, when I was in Sheffield, it was a bit of a culture shock, having to trudge up and down the hill to do the Tai Chi.
No, I just found it quite strange that here you go up to a river because it's usually what, whereas we always go down to a river.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. So I was always in valleys, so you're always. Swimming.
Yeah, so you imagine you're moving through water. So that will have a qualitative change to what you're doing. There's a sort of sense of something. And then this one, you come up, breathing in, forward, rolling a ball in water. In. Breathe out. So, pause in, and we're not in a hurry. We're just taking our time. It's quite interesting. You might get some tingling, or might get some interesting sensations in the hands. That's perfectly normal. That's because we're more relaxed. It means the blood's flowing around, circulating around better. So, because I got a bit freaked out when I was doing things like this with Master Chung, and at one point I couldn't actually feel my arms moving. I could see them moving, but I couldn't feel them moving. I was looking a bit perplexed. He goes, "Don't worry, you're just relaxed." And I'm like, I've never been able to replicate it. Yeah, a bit of pins and needles is all right. Yeah, it's okay. You just get these interesting sensations because we don't normally spend enough time with our bodies to work out.
We don't know.
We don't know what we're feeling.
We carry things, but that's what we do.
We don't know what we're feeling. Let's just go back to that one.
You just take it off your hands.
You take it all for granted. You don't notice what you're doing. It's very interesting when you do
Something different.
Oh, what's going on here? Yeah. So with this one, when we were doing the standing, what Carell used to say is, imagine just stand long enough so you can feel your water sloshing around. Because we're 70% water. So he reckons you get tides, but that could have just been fanciful thinking, I think. But it was making a point that just give yourself time to feel what's going on. So we can try those exercises with 1 foot forward, just so we can practice our weight shift. And we place the foot forward, and again, like what Cat would do, have a bit of a shuffle round, make sure everything's actually where it ought to be, and that you're nice and stable through both feet. That's it. And then we just sink forward and sink back. And I've just got to try and remember the. So we just come up and down. Just show you that from the diagonal view. So the views are going to come up, we breathe in, sit forward, down, and transfer away. Taking our time. So this is quite a lot of work. This. So we'll do one more, and then we'll change the foot that's in front. So we come back like this. We check our posture. We breathe, and then we put the other foot forward. So you take your time. Get yourself just so. And then up. Down. So we might not get through all of those movements in the time we've got. It's nearly 5 to. Okay.
Go on then. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do the open close. We'll do open close. And we'll go put the original foot forward, if you can remember what that is. So we start like this, close at the front, and then you sink back, breathe in, open. Load, and we're keeping the shoulders down. Open. So this is what we did with the feet. Parallel, it feels different when you're doing it with a weight transfer. But it's the same move. It's the same, but it's not the same.
Same but different.
Same but different, yeah. The same.
We understand.
Yeah. It gets kind of philosophical.
Yeah.
With this stuff. This is why it's quite an interesting way of exercising, because it's not. It's a lot. The mindfulness is really good. That's why it helps work your cognitive function so much. Okay, that one's quite a strong exercise for the arm. So we'll just do a little bit each side, and we're just taking our time. Forward, bring the hands together. Nice and sort of check the posture, and then you're ready to go. Much better. No hurrying today. So we just keep the arms very soft, very soft. We're just getting this real quality of quietness. One more. And back to where you started, and then bring the hands down. Okay, I think we'll do embrace tiger now. I think that's a nice place to. We're in a good place. I'm very glad I remembered where my shorts were.
Just throwing that in.
I'd have been so hot. They look nice and cool, actually. They're nice and,
Yeah, they are.
yeah, very sensible.
Greasy skirts are.
Skirts good. That's really liked it.
And that's why when you do the legs like the Arab countries, you always wear a dress. Because
Yeah, and all of them, everyone
Yeah.
wears like these sort of dressing standards, loose fitting.
Yeah.
With lots of air blowing on now, much more sensible than wandering around in vest or just a pair of shorts.
Jeans are.
Old jeans, awful, yeah.
Especially this age. Oh, I know.
Don't want that, no. Rub the hands together. So we're extra young today, because we did all that lovely stroking exercise, and just very gently, we just. So this is more on the kind of meditation end of practice. And oh, underneath, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. Rub the hands together and lower back. Rub. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice. Very good.
It was a great deal.
It's much nicer. Yeah, so even with a bit of balance, that's good. Down for a moment, just check the posture. We need to do a little move around, just go for it. So nice, nice and relaxed. Breathe in. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, bring the feet together. Oh, that was nice. Really nice quality of movement from everybody, actually. It's very really connecting us and connections.
We're not
Really
really hot.
Yeah.
And I've only just right. Yeah.
We're just right, we're not overheated. So, yeah, we'll just move things back. We've got to shut all the windows. Well done.
Just another drink.